For over 10 years, Stephen Riley and Ina Kenoyer were known as a typical couple in Minot, North Dakota. Friends described them as on and off, but still together. They argued like anyone else, but they shared a life, a home, routines, memories. Stephen was quiet, reserved, and kind-hearted. Ina, on the other hand, had a fiery personality, outspoken, confident, and occasionally manipulative. They had their ups and downs, but no one ever thought the story would end in murder. One day, Stephen told friends something unexpected. He had received a letter stating that he had inherited a fortune $30 million from a distant relative he barely remembered. He was skeptical at first, but the letter seemed official. The documents looked real. Excitement grew. He told his girlfriend, Ina. She was ecstatic, immediately dreaming of Teslas, luxury homes, and plastic surgery. In her mind, the money was already hers. But behind the scenes, Stephen was growing suspicious. As the weeks went by, Stephen began to notice inconsistencies. The so-called inheritance firm was vague. The paperwork wasn't adding up. He quietly told a friend that he now believed it was a scam, a fantasy, not a fortune. And he also admitted something else. He was planning to leave Ina. He said the relationship was toxic, that he didn't feel safe emotionally. Ina wasn't just cold, she was controlling. He felt smothered. He was preparing to walk away. He didn't know she was preparing something darker. What Stephen didn't know was that Ina had started researching poison. On her laptop were searches like how to poison someone slowly. How long does antifreeze take to kill? Can antifreeze be traced in the body? How to fake someone's sickness. Ina had a plan. If she couldn't have Stephen or the money, no one could. She believed that once Stephen was gone, she would be entitled to the inheritance. She even told people he was writing a will in her name. But there was no will, and there was no $30 million. On the 3rd of September 2023, Stephen started feeling unwell. It began with vomiting, nausea, and confusion. His muscles ached, his speech was slurred. Ina made him a cup of tea, warm, sweet. She told him to drink it and rest, and he did. But instead of getting better, Stephen's condition rapidly worsened. He could barely keep food down. He became dizzy, detached, and unaware that his life was slipping away. By the 4th of September, Stephen was rushed to the hospital. Doctors were stunned. His symptoms were aggressive kidney failure, brain fog, and seizures. The doctors couldn't identify the cause. By the 5th of September, just 2 days after he got sick, Stephen Riley died. While family members grieved, Ina was already telling people, "The money is coming. I'm finally getting it." No tears, no mourning, just talks of wealth, Teslas, and vacation homes. Stephen's family insisted on a toxicology report. What came back shocked everyone. Ethylene glycol poisoning the main ingredient in antifreeze. It's odorless, slightly sweet, and deadly. When mixed in tea or soup, almost untraceable. Investigators found antifreeze in Ina's house. They also recovered her internet history full of detailed poisoning research. Her plan had left digital footprints everywhere. On the 2nd of October 2023, Ina Kenoyer was arrested and charged with murder. She denied everything, claiming Stephen must have accidentally consumed something. But the evidence was undeniable. Ina was eventually convicted. She had murdered her boyfriend for money that didn't even exist. The inheritance was a fake, a scam letter, a cruel joke that led to real tragedy. Stephen Riley died thinking he was about to turn his life around. Instead, he was killed by the woman he had spent over a decade with, and all she was left with was a prison sentence. She is now serving 25 years behind bars. And Stephen? He's remembered by friends and family as a kind soul whose only crime was trusting the wrong person. They say money changes people, but sometimes even the illusion of money is enough to make someone kill.